back to another vlog. Oh my god, that was a strawberry from my strawberry matcha. I've been trying to find new matchas to try over in the Phoenix area. A lot of people lately have been recommending this spot called Cafe Molly or Molly? I don't know. Tried it out. I got the strawberry matcha with coconut milk, mixed it all up, and here we are. It's really delicious. And we are heading out today to Williams, Arizona. If you guys have not been there, this is a really fun spot. Some of my favorites, just to highlight, if you guys haven't heard about Williams, Arizona yet, it's up near Flagstaff and it's about 30 minutes west. In Williams, there is this canyon coaster, little coaster through the pines. It's really cool. Bearizona, this is a drive-through bear and wolf and lion and like everything exhibit. And then at the end, they have a place that you can actually get out and walk around and see all the other animals. It's kind of like Arizona's Disneyland. And then Backlands is over there too if you guys ever want to do a glamping trip. I work with them as well. In fact, here's a code if you guys want to get a discount on your stay. These are just a few things that are out there. However, today we're going out there because I got asked by a company to come and learn how to properly shoot a gun. Being a solo female traveler, I've been wanting to learn how to do this for a while, especially in a controlled environment. I love this town of Williams. I've been here quite a few times actually. There's an Airbnb. It's right in there. I've stayed in that Airbnb. I've also stayed in this hotel right here, the Grand Canyon Hotel. I think that's mainly where I've stayed in this town. But I've also done a lot of the restaurants. Right now I have about an hour before my shooting range. I say we go pick a restaurant. Williams is a destination because it's near the Grand Canyon. It's 40 minutes away from the Grand Canyon. So a lot of people stop here and then they go there. This is a local brewery. I ordered my food, waiting for it. Forgot to get my drink, so let me take you back inside. Here's the inside. So there is the bistro connected to it, and then they have games in here. You can see all the different beers that they have on top here, right there. And then they're actually from Flagstaff, I believe. I've worked with them before on campaigns. And campaigns is when, if you guys go to my social media, you'll see what I'm talking about. I usually post things on my social media about things to do in like the Southwest. They were one of my clients at one point and they have 2 locations. So one of them is here, the other one's in Flagstaff. And I've worked with them quite often. It's been a while, but I really do enjoy their food. So every time I come to Williams, I come here. I got just the regular burger that they have, but I usually don't eat a lot of cheese because I break out. And I don't eat fried foods either, but fuck it. I forgot to ask for no cheese. So I'll do cheese from like time to time. It's more on like a charcuterie board, you know? I definitely eat intuitively and I eat very balanced. I don't ever restrict myself. The only reason I take things off or decide not to eat things, like for instance, I may not eat this full bun, is because it makes me feel gross. I will say I've also eaten at, it looks like kind of like a 50s diner. It's walking distance, it's right up the road. I did like the food there. They had barbecue. If you guys like barbecue, I would definitely recommend that. I had just been craving a burger, which is why I stopped here. Not to say this is the best food in town. I don't think that's true. Oh, I forgot. I'm still on my gut health medication. This is round 2. I talked about it last week. I only have 3 more days left. This round has been so different from the last one. This time I feel bloated. There was a slight sickness feeling that I was having as well. Whereas last time I did this, I felt like super freaking energized, so like slim, and it's doing something different this time. But I did contact the doctor because I just want to get her opinion. I want to make sure like I'm doing the right things, you know? If you guys are ever curious about staying here in town, right here next to the pasta place and down this alley is an Airbnb. I actually stayed there before and I vlogged it last time, which was, oh my god, that was so long ago. I think that, but it's connected to this winery. Again, I'm not drinking right now because with my gut health medication, but here's what it looks like. Very cute. Hello. And then this is a bar that I usually enjoy going to. Canyon Club. That's a cool one. Let me take you in. See? I love it. Taking you on the full tour of what I usually do here. And then this Mexican restaurant is actually really good. But again, my stomach can only handle so much. So this one right here. Okay, now let's cross the street. Since I was here literally last year, a lot has changed. First off, this is new. I don't know what that is. And this olive oil tasting place is new. There's a few art galleries now. You know, I'm kind of getting the vibe it's turning into a little bit of a Bisbee type. No, you know, if you guys haven't been to Bisbee yet, that place is super cool. That one's haunted though. I don't think this one has like that same energy, but there is a place at the very beginning, and it used to be a ladies of the night house, as well as an opium den, and now it's a hotel. It's called the Red Garter Inn. I have stayed there, and at the same time I was staying there, I was watching, what was I watching? What is the one where he goes, I see dead people? Yeah, I was watching that as I was staying in the room. And this is the famous bar. It's a cool spot. Yeah, it's a cool spot. Last time I was here, I came in here as well. And if you guys are looking to get coffee, there's a place over here called Brewed Awakenings. And everything I'm showing you is on this one strip. I'm also kind of doing a very quick, like, here's this, here's that. So I apologize. I'm just trying to show you everything that I like to do out here, because I know that I won't get to show you physically me doing that on this trip. It doesn't hurt to show. And then there's the coffee place right there. I have 20 minutes to kill, and I love tasting olive oil. I went back and just reparked, but I did not need to. It was literally right across the street from the old famous bar I literally walked in and walked out with you on. It's right here.
A little bit longer burst. You can hold it. You're doing great. Woo, that was a double.
There was only one, but I got it. Well, I've never shot that before. And the only other time I've ever shot guns was over at a place in Tempe, but this is like, I really like this spot. This is really fun.
All right, so we've got the Master Chief gun here. So what I want you to do is take one shot and just right to center target for me. Okay. Just like you did with the Thompson.
The X?
Yep.
Okay. Ready?
Send it.
Is it gonna push me?
A little bit.
Okay, here we go.
A little bit of a fireball, right? Like not. A little surprise. Finger off the trigger for me.
Oh,
okay.
yeah.
Excellent.
Center being the X.
Yep.
So far we have shot, oh my gosh, 3 different guns, I believe. The last one that you guys just saw was my favorite. I don't know how to explain it. It just felt like empowering. It was great. I'm doing the build your own package, just in case you guys are curious. We're doing the build your own package. However, I let him build it for me. This is insane. What is that?
Very good. And I want a nice long burst, at least 2 seconds.
Okay.
I've got it. Excellent.
That feels fake. It doesn't, I don't know how to explain it. It's not like, you know, it feels like it should be doing more to me. So fun. Oh my God, that was such a blast. And not only that, but he was also teaching me how to properly hold the gun, use the gun, like all of the etiquette that comes with being proper around a gun. And I think that that's extremely important, especially the laws being like you can just own a gun. I think having the knowledge of how to properly utilize it was extremely helpful. Super happy I got to do that. I have a code if you guys want to come. They have a few different locations. They have one here in Williams. They're opening one in Flagstaff, and they have one in Page, Arizona. So if you guys want to get a discount on your packages, you can choose any package you want. There it is. And I will also put it in the description below along with the links so that you guys can book. I am a bit hungry. I didn't know it was so much strength that was involved. There were times I had to put that down, like any of them, any which one of them, down because my arms were sore. And I do work out. I lift weights. I just wasn't used to that. Yeah, I used a lot of energy. And luckily, I have a ton of these in my car because so I have a new assistant, as you guys know, and her name is Elizabeth. But when I had the girls' coffee walk last week, I had her go to the store and grab some snacks for everybody. So she grabbed all kinds of electrolytes and nut mixes and watermelon. Nobody used them, which is like totally fine. So I have a ton of them now, which is great for like stuff like this. And by the way, the Canyon coaster, that's where you can do like the roller coaster stuff. I'm coming up to it right now and I'm gonna pull over just so you can see it really quick. Like that. And they also have a little tubing area too that you can do like any time of year. It's fun, don't get me wrong. I would check it out if you're here, it's something to do. However, if you're looking to do that or Bearizona, hands down, no fucking question. The trailhead was right over by the restroom. So yes, there's restrooms here. It looks pretty easy. That's what it looks like so far. There is no water. Honestly, I might be at like the wrong area. Let's go take a look. While we are doing that, I am going to tell you guys about my first date story. As you guys know, if you've been watching, I was dating someone back it was March of last year to like July, I think. And we broke up. In fact, I explained the entire story, like literally get into detail and everything on why in another vlog, which you guys can find if you just go through my vlogs. It's called The Full Story Why We Broke Up. I don't know if I can tell the story right now. I got a breath. It's just like the elevation. Yeah, that's what it is. Okay, so I think that is where the falls is supposed to be. Also, sorry, this is like so tacky that I'm holding this, but that's what I take with me to like get photos and stuff. Because again, I'm traveling alone. But I think that's where the falls is supposed to be. Not really seeing anything. Okay, well, I'm gonna tell you guys my story. So 6-year relationship, broke up with him, dating people for about 3 years, dating all types of people under the sun. And then I started dating this guy from that video. If you watch back, we now refer to him as Wallace. So I was dating Wallace at the time. We broke up. After that, I made a promise to myself that I really want to start taking time to really dial in and figure out who I am and stop utilizing all of my time to be either somebody I'm not, to then be with somebody, or seeking this person when it's like, listen, you don't even know who the you are. Why don't you work on you first, figure out who you are? Because honestly, I was attracting the wrong type of guy. In fact, I've talked to my friend Bailey about this, like just in passing, like just guys I was dating and like stories that I had to tell. The way that she looked at me like, how the fuck are you allowing these guys to treat you that way? And now I look back and I'm like, oh my God, they were really disrespectful. I'm not saying all of them. I'm not even saying who. I'm just saying in general, yes, I did attract some great guys. It's just some of the other ones that I just happened to be dating just very like, casually, they were not very kind. So over time I started to develop this mentality of thinking that this is just how it is and that's what I deserve, and so I would take it. When I got done dating Wallace, really took it upon myself to start working on myself internally. That's why I started doing all of these activities by myself alone. I started meditating even more. I just started really dialing in on who I am. From that moment, breaking up with him, I have not gone on a date. So it has been 8 months. 8 months has gone by. I have worked on myself so much. I am not done working on myself and nowhere near ready to date, really. And I didn't even realize 8 months had passed. The other day, I'm like, why am I so fucking bored? Like, I'm bored. I want some type of affection. I just want to feel something for a second. I racked my brain and I was like, oh, I didn't realize I literally have not had any type of connection with an opposite sex in 8 months. There was this guy that I kissed last year to the date, oddly enough, last year, and I saw him again at M3F. You guys know that I went to M3F, the music festival over in downtown Phoenix. I reached out to him. And I was like, I want to go to dinner tonight. Do you want to take me? And I said, essentially, do you want to take me on a date? He said, yes. I actually talked about it in my stories. We went to sushi. I got California roll, rainbow roll, and squid salad. And he got a yellow tail? I told him going into this, I said, the reason I want to go on this date is because I personally have noticed that when I'm around men, I quite frankly don't give a shit anymore. I don't care what they're thinking of me. I don't care if they're having a boring conversation with me and I feel like I'm done here. I've noticed that I will just cut the conversation and turn away and like just be done. And it's because I think the way I was treated, I allowed it, so I can't put 100% on the on these guys, but the way I was allowing myself to be treated, I am no longer there. In fact, I'm so far from that I have zero interest to even engage with a man as of lately. I have been recognizing that as a pattern, and I have been recognizing that is probably not great, because I don't want to go a full 180, or is that 360? I'm gonna go about 90. I want to be right in the middle where I can still have a conversation with a guy and still present myself in a positive light, but also understand that I don't need to continue to appease them anymore. I can cut the conversation, but I can also do it politely. I asked this man to take me on a date, and I told him, I said, this is practice. I feel like I have no idea what I'm doing in this realm anymore. And I explained to him where I'm at. I don't want to physically start dating or being in a relationship. I just think it would be fun to go on a date. He took me on that date, and the whole time, okay, well, let me tell you before I'm getting ready, I feel like puking. I had never felt this before going into a date. Usually I'm very easygoing when it comes to dating. In fact, I always pretend like I'm just going and meeting a friend. So it was really, really weird for me to go into it feeling this way, feeling insecure, not in myself, but in not knowing what to expect. And at one point I felt like crying. I am not kidding you. I almost canceled because I felt so scared. And it's not that I was scared of him or scared of myself. It was a scary territory that I haven't been in a long time. And being where I'm at now, finding myself, figuring out who I am, loving myself, and finally being in this position with myself. I think what it really came down to, now that I'm talking about it more, I think I was scared that if I go on this date, I'm going to lose myself all over again. I think that's actually what it was. I didn't actually put that together until just now. It makes sense. Being single for 8 months, not having any type of interaction with a male, and then finding this confidence in myself, it makes sense as to why I would be scared to then go on a date and feel like I'm gonna lose everything. But truly, that was not the case. The date, I was super giddy. It was so weird. I was like, yeah, like, I don't know how to explain it. I was shy, I would say. Yeah, I felt shy. And when he went to kiss me, I was like, oh my God. And it's not that I went, oh my God. It's just I was like, hold on, give me a second. Like, I need water. I need to make sure. I'm not kidding. I stopped him because I was like, I need water. I need to make sure my mouth is clean. I would say it went well. I'm glad that I asked him to take me out first, because I learned a lot just through that one, I think it was like an hour and a half that I was with him. Right after that, I went home. I don't want to put any energy into anybody right now. And that's where it's like the double-edged sword. It's like, hey, yeah, I want to have fun, but I don't want to have too much fun because I want to continue to work on myself. So I'm trying to figure it out. Anybody that I do hit on from here forward, hear me when I say they will be somebody that is in the realm of what I am looking for, because I know I only want to progress from there. I am no longer going to be reaching down into the barrels. I did that for way too long, and it's because I was super insecure. And again, I want to very much specifically say, when I say that right there with the bottom of the barrel stuff, I am not talking about everybody. I am talking about just some people that I happen to have been casually dating. I think the best advice I can give is date yourself and really get to know yourself first before you get into a relationship with somebody, because let's say things do work out and you do decide to get married and move forward. For myself, I would want to be the best version of myself, knowing that I caught the best version of a partner for myself as well. Not to say I don't want to make out. I did stay the night in Flagstaff. I got this cute little Airbnb. I walked over last night to downtown, a 4-minute walk. Also, I like to get an Airbnb outside of the actual downtown area, because then I can park my car for free. Whereas if not, I need to pay for parking and then I have to deal with all that. And I have been craving this, I don't know if it's Vietnamese, Thai, I can't remember what it is, but it's called Big Bowl Noodles and it's delicious. I went there last time I was here with my mom. I was here to work with the Lowell Observatory because they opened up a brand new thing. You guys have probably seen this video. I brought my mom to that. And afterwards, I was like, dude, I'm craving soup and noodles. And it was actually pretty cold during that time. It was a rainy day. That's right. It was a rainy day. So it just went perfect with the vibe. And I just really, really have been craving it ever since. So I went back by myself last night. I got the Tom Yum broth or Tom Tom. I forgot, but it's one of those. It's like a sweet sour broth, I think. Hot and sweet. Oh my god, I'm totally butchering this right now, but I got that. Meat. Oh my gosh, I'm butchering this entire thing. I'm so sorry. Anyway, and I got it with some veggies. Came home. Well, home. Here's the thing. I'm starting to realize when I'm at home, I don't sleep that well. And I've talked about this a little bit. I think it's because of Kitty. Okay, I can't blame Kitty. I have to blame myself because Kitty just lays there. But I am so cognizant, I don't even know if that's the word. I'm so aware that she is next to me that I don't want to move or make her uncomfortable. Otherwise, I feel guilty because then she has to get up and like feel uncomfortable and move. You know what? That's actually a pattern I've noticed in my life. I'm not kidding you. If I feel that somebody else is uncomfortable, they don't have to say anything. And honestly, I may not even know them that well, but I will take their energy and make it my own and try and find a solution to make them not feel uncomfortable and make them feel comfortable. I do this all the freaking time. All the time. I think that's why I love doing things alone because I, at this point, don't have to worry about anyone other than myself. And it feels so light. It feels free. It just feels so different doing things alone because I don't have to think about anything other than me. What does Andrea actually want to go do? She's not doing it to appease anybody. She's not doing it to make them feel comfortable. She's literally doing it because she wants to go do it. So that's something I'm starting to learn about myself. And this has been something I've done probably my entire life. And obviously it's childhood. It's just, that's how I have been molded to react because my childhood was very much, I've talked about this before, but my childhood was very much like fight or flight, like all of the time. Now as an adult, I'm used to that feeling and I'm used to feeling like, oh, I hope they're not mad. Oh my God. Well, I for instance, I feel like I always have to be ahead of what the person is thinking so that I don't get in trouble. I think that's why I've become very much aware of other people's feelings and emotions around me. Not to say I'm good at navigating them, but I'm aware of them as much as I believe I'm aware of them. So whenever someone's uncomfortable, I do take it upon myself, whether you know it or not, and I try and maneuver the situation so that you feel better. And that's something that I'm trying to work on, like I just said, because it's not my responsibility to do that, especially if I don't even know the person. Going back to Kitty, that's what I'm noticing I do with Kitty. Yes, she's my cat, but I don't want her to feel like negative emotion towards me. I do put her first a lot. And when I'm sleeping, if she wants to cuddle in a certain area and I feel super uncomfortable, but I'm like, I'm gonna stay here so she doesn't move. I'm learning to not do that anymore. In fact, the last couple nights when she does do something like that and I'm learning to not allow that, I'm learning to also have my own like, hey, I'm now uncomfortable. How about you move? Now that I've been doing that, she's getting mad. She's like, meow, meow. She's literally like throwing fits. The other night I was trying to like, not push her off, but like, you know, like slowly like just go over here and you can lay right here. And as I was doing that, she went, and she plopped herself down so hard where she wanted to be because I have allowed her to do that. I would like to have kids someday. We'll see what happens. I feel like I'm learning how to parent in a way because it's like I can't let her run all over me. So anyway, now I'm learning how to not take on other people's shit. With that said, I'm going to get packing. Thank you guys so much for watching. I do have an Instagram if you guys want to, and a TikTok. If you guys want to follow my socials, it is Southwest Sampler. On my socials, I usually post more things to do in Arizona. I'm starting to share with you guys more of the things that I'm doing in Arizona as well through the vlog. I thought it would be fun to take you along, which is why I'm switching it up a little bit. My earlier vlogs were a lot more of me telling you guys stories of my life and my past and where I'm at now. Therapy, struggles, pretty much anything and everything that I wanted to talk talk about. And I'm still doing that, but I wanted to do it more in a fun light where I'm bringing you along with me to do a lot of these experiences, because yeah, this stuff is fun. Now that I'm getting out more, I wanted to share that with you. YouTube is more of a space, which I'm sure you're catching on to, where I really just dial more into like my real life. If you'd like to share this, I would love that. Sharing is the best form of flattery, the best compliment you can possibly give me. And of course, if you want to like and subscribe, please do that too. I have a new vlog that comes out every Sunday morning. Oh, and my name's Andrea Blake. As always, I will see you guys next week.